I have to say, business is booming. I can't even keep this mending in stock. It's crazy. I'm going to have to, I might as well keep this box on me. It's completely empty. Crazy town. We're getting all the diamonds from books. Books are always such a good way to get some diamonds early season. Everyone needs them, of course, to gear up. And we're running low on efficiency. Oh, man. Diamonds almost in every one of these shulkers. It's crazy. And I literally just restocked the mending, unbreaking, and protection 4 just a few days ago, and they're already almost sold out. I mean, these diamonds aren't free. I'm definitely having to do work to keep the stock in. People even bought Smite 5. I never thought those would sell a single copy, and 2 books have been sold. Not a single Thorns 3, though. Look at unbreaking. Same problem here as mending. Everybody's buying it. It's because it goes on literally everything. All right, all the diamonds collected. I do need to refill my mending box here, but look at that. 3 and over a half stacks of diamonds plus 16 eggs. Somebody left 16 eggs. I don't know if they took shulker shells and left 16 eggs instead of diamonds or what, if it was just a joke. Who knows? But I've got 3.5 stacks of diamonds. Since I've been working so hard with these shops, I think we should treat ourselves a little bit with all these newfound diamonds. Let's go on a shopping spree. Let's see. What do we got? Rockets. We don't really need rockets, thanks to Tango. Tango has made a gunpowder farm and a sugarcane farm and is making our own rockets for us. So we don't need frog lights because we have a lifetime supply, thanks to Etho, and he dropped off a whole bunch of them. But I think I could use some beacons. 9 diamonds, says per stack, but it's per beacon. We cleared that up with Etho just to be safe. Let's see, how many do we want? I think 3 right now will do us. Always nice to have some beacon power. And you know what? I'm going to need some wither roses as well. Ooh, bone blocks too. These are only 2 diamonds per stack. So cheap. Let's see. I'll get 3 stacks of wither roses, 2 diamonds apiece, and 2 stacks of bone blocks. That'll do. All right. We still have about 3 stacks of diamonds left from our profits today. Let's go over to, there's one more shop I want to visit. Last time I came here, wasn't so lucky. This is Jevon's shop, and this has conduit kits. So there is a full conduit there. They don't have, oh, it says kit, but it doesn't have the blocks that surround it. We also have sponges. Ooh, okay. Get 4 for 8 diamonds. Okay, now these are a little expensive. But I do need sponges. I have a lot of water that I need to get out as we're digging up the silo. We're starting to hit some little pools of water. So I think I will 8 per. I might just spend a whole stack on this. So it'd be 8 times 4, so 32, and we're paid. All right, 32 sponges. Shopping is fun. But I suppose we better get back to the base. We've got some work to do today, and I'm very excited to show you what I've been up to since the last episode. I am starting to put in the entrance into the silo, and you can see here, we're gonna have these stair steps that go down, this kind of retaining wall. I did have to do a little terraforming because the redstone for the sorting system came out so far, so I had to raise the floor up here just to get the stairs to come all the way out here. I think with a little massaging, we can make this work though. In fact, I feel like eventually I'm going to redo the terrain around here anyway, but I need to put in this side wall right here, and I got a little bit of a problem. Some of the redstone from the sorting system is in the way. So I'm actually gonna do some alterations to the system. I'm gonna move this whole bit right here over to another area. And this thing is modular, so I can totally do that. This is usually where you put your items, and then they flow across there into the chest down there. I'm actually going to move all of this to a separate area of the silo, just across the hallway from the stairs there. And that's going to be our bulk storage. And then we'll have our input system as well. And I do want to tell you, I have done all the filters. So I actually have put all my stuff away in here, which has been very nice to be able to find things when I need them. But all right, it's time to start tearing this down, and I'll build it back up once we know exactly where it's going to go. Little progress update. Things are coming along quite nicely here. We've got the stairs all the way up. I've got a little bit higher than the ground here because I am going to do some terraforming and kind of raise a bunch of this up. I'm liking the vibe of this entrance, but I have so much more I want to add to it. It is a bit plain here in the walls, and I got some good ideas. And you can see I've laid out where I want 3x3 piston doors to be because we are going to create a bit of a airlock. Or maybe you want to call it a decontamination chamber, since if you know the story of Silo, outside, may have picked up a little bit of contamination, and you got to come in here and clean off basically before you're allowed to go into the silo. So this is going to be the decontamination room that's going to be locked down by these 3x3 doors on all 4 sides. So that's going to be fun to make. And then one will open up to let you into the storage room, which you can see I've opened up now. We've got a little bit more work to do to make this centered with the room, but yeah, this should be exact center with the room. Let's do it. Let's cut through and just make sure that I nailed this. Otherwise, I'll be moving things, which has happened a few times already this season. I've had to build things and move them, as you can see. So let's double check here. Measure, what do they say? Measure twice, cut once. Yeah, that looks centered. We're good. So I do need to still close this off a bit. We'll have to come up with the design for that. I think what I'll do next though is I'll actually put in the 3x3 doors just so I can get an idea of the footprint of the redstone, because we're gonna have to cover that up, of course, to make this place look good. So I'm hoping to find something that opens fairly quick and doesn't take up a lot of room. I've left a little bit of buffer space for myself, knowing that, obviously we are going to have the redstone to cover. I am still hoping to keep it fairly slim. So let's see what we can find. All right, there we go. This isn't too bad. It's super fast, 0.6 seconds closing. Amazing. And there we go. 3x3 piston door. I followed a tutorial from Funky Piantas, and I think there was a few people that worked on this design. I'll put a link in the description, of course. So now that I've got this working, I need to do 3 more of these, one in each cardinal direction here, as I mentioned before, for our airlock / decontamination chamber. And with this only being like 1 slice wide, this is very nice. Going to be very easy to cover up, and I can do some decoration. I'm not sure how I'm going to cover up these just yet. I might just bring out this wall by 2 here and then cover up that redstone, and then we can put a little ceiling on it to cover up this top bit. But I think this is going to work out perfectly. All right, 3x3 doors are in. I do need to wire up some redstone so that I can actually trigger this a little easier than that. But here we go. The idea is you'll be able to open this one, and then as you walk in the room, it'll close behind you. You got to get decontaminated, which we're going to add a system for that here in a little bit. So the next thing I need to do is actually wire these up so that they all open together as soon as you get done being decontaminated. But look at that. It opens up nicely right into the center of our storage room, which now we can close up as we come through here. We aren't going to need access back here other than maintenance hatch maybe to get back to set filters and stuff, which I'll probably put a little secret door in there or something. But with this side giving us access to our categorized storage, this side is actually going to give us access to bulk storage, which I have yet to do. We'll do that very soon. So I'm going to be digging this out, and a bunch of bulk storage will be in here for all the things that we are farming. And then obviously this will be the entrance to the silo. So we can come through here, and then that opens up, and we're gonna have a nice hallway to get out into the silo there. Maybe I'll open this up quite big so you can see it right as you come through here. Could be pretty cool. But yeah, it's getting exciting. Okay, so functionally it is almost there. Like I said, just a little more redstone to do to wire all that up. Got some logics I need to figure out. And then I want to make this look a lot better. It's still kind of plain as you come in. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. It's getting the look I want for sure. But there is a certain vibe I want to establish to really make it feel like you are entering an underground bunker that is pretty well protected, let's say. I've been redstoning. I think I got it figured out. So as you come in, you hit this button on the side. That's going to open the door. You can see the other doors close as we come in, and then we give a couple seconds to make our way in so we don't get squished. That closes, and then all the decontamination happens, and that opens, and then that opens. Yep, and then we're out. Oh my gosh, it's actually working. Yeah, I'm actually surprised with myself that I got the logic to pull that off pretty quick on the first try. Just compared to burnouts and stuff like that happening, but trying to figure out exactly how to manage the timing of it all was a little bit tricky, but I got it. Now I have one other problem to solve. How do we get out if we want to go outside? And if we watch Silo, you know that's kind of a big deal to say I want to go outside, but that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to come in here and say, I want to go outside. And then obviously the reverse needs to happen. Hopefully I can just wire this up to the same button I used to get in, and that would make life simple, wouldn't it? Let's see what we can do. Yep, that was pretty easy. It works. I want to go outside. You go outside, and it closes behind you. And then, of course, if we look, these are closed right now. It's doing the decontamination as if you came in, but it doesn't really matter that nobody's in there. And then it opens back up, and it's all back to normal, which means you can turn around and start the process from the outside in. And there we go. Oh my gosh. I haven't done a ton of redstoning lately. And so, as you can tell by the sound of my voice, I'm actually pleasantly surprised I was able to figure this out on my first try. I'm not washed. So some of you may already know this about me, but I'm a bit of a tech nerd. So when I first saw the new Terminal 1 line of PCs from Ironside, I was just hit with this wave of nostalgia mixed with the subtle vibe of my favorite game, Minecraft, of course. And I have some very cool news for you all. You can win one. If you've never heard of Ironside, they're a design-driven custom PC company that builds high-performance gaming computers that are just as beautiful as they are powerful, blending cutting-edge hardware with creative aesthetic designs. So your PC will be sure to not only make your gaming look good, but it's also going to look good as a centerpiece to your setup. And to celebrate the launch of this new Terminal 1 line, Ironside is hosting a global giveaway for my amazing viewers with a combined value of $8,000. With 3 prizes available, the third prize winner is going to receive a $1,900 next-gen rig powered by the Intel Ultra 5 245KF and the RTX 5060. And the second prize winner is going to get a seriously powerful PC that includes an Intel Ultra 7 265KF and an RTX 5070, which is worth $2,400, and it will absolutely dominate your gaming needs. And for one lucky grand prize winner, they're gonna have a top-of-the-line custom PC, which is worth $3,700, which comes complete with an Intel Ultra 9 285KF and RTX 5080. All 3 of these systems have RAM and storage provided by Team Group and are ready to take your gaming to the next level. And best of all, if you win, Ironside's gonna ship it out to you for free, worldwide, so there's absolutely nothing to lose. So feel free to try your luck. Enter the giveaway by clicking the link in the description below or in the pinned comment for your chance to win one of these fantastic prizes. Good luck, everyone. All right, I've done a little bit of work on the decontamination room, and it's time for the big reveal. Let's go inside, and here we go. Okay, I will admit, I'm not sure about the sandstone there. I wanted to keep the ceiling a little bit lighter and the floor darker, and so that's what I went with to try to tie it into this room just a little bit. You can see I've put dispensers in the floor. Decontamination room. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? We are going to need to get a few things in order to make that work. But I think it could be really cool if we come in here and there's an effect that happens. And look at this. Thanks to Etho, we've got frog lights. He gave us a bunch for those shulker shells last episode. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm happy with it. Again, that's the only thing I'm not so sure about. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, to be honest, you don't really come in and just stare at the ceiling too much. So maybe it's not that big of a deal. I was thinking this open area right here might be nice to label what's what. So like entrance to the silo, storage room, bulk storage, exit. And we can maybe use the bookshelves and the banners for that. Might be a little tedious to make all those banners, but I think it'd so be worth it. But I think before we do that, let's figure out how to get the decontamination effect happening. I think we'll just visit that trial chamber that I've been slowly tearing apart for copper. Oh, I took down the input to our storage system, so now I got to come up here and do it this way. But let's go ahead and unload as well. So this is all put back for us when we need it. That's been so nice. Being organized and being able to just, every time I need a block, go grab it from where it's supposed to be and not having to search in all the chests that are around to find it. I think our next big feat is going to be getting our ender chest organized and having shulkers in here with like everything we could possibly use. I know Etho and Azuma, they both have a really good system for how they manage their ender chests, so I might just have to take a look and see what they have done and copy them. You know what they say? They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? We'll take a look and see what they do to make it so organized, because I'm now quickly understanding how important it is to stay organized with all your things in this game. It really slows you down when you're not. All right, so I think the entrance to the trial chamber is right here. Yeah. Now, I gotta remember, I'm pretty sure I ran across a couple breeze spawners. I think I probably just quickly covered them up, though. Let's go down and see if we can find them. Is it just in this first room right here? This feels like No, that is definitely not a breeze spawner there. Oh, that one is. That one is for sure. All right, we're just going to open this up. Is there only one? There might only be one in this whole place. We'll just fight these guys naturally. And maybe we can make a farm at some point. They're not too tough, are they? No, not at all. 7 rods? Okay, gotta love looting. Where are you going, guy? Don't run. Okay, so only 2 spawned out of that, but we got 13 breeze rods from it, which is not bad. And of course, bread. All right, I'm hoping we can come across a few more breeze spawners. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time getting enough breeze rods to actually stock that. This means breeze, right? These blocks? I think? Breeze? Yes. Aha, this looks promising. Yes, I think this is the room that usually has... What does it have? Aha, here's another one. Perfect. Get wrecked. That's why that's there. There we go. All right, 28 rods. Let me guess. Potatoes. Yeah, I'm seriously having flashbacks of my Naked and Scared series with Skips right now. I think that's it for the breeze spawners in here. So there is 3 total. Eventually, maybe I will make a farm like I did last season because it was nice being able to get the breeze rods. I'm going to end up using them for a few things. So definitely a project to add to the list. Now, how the heck do I get out of here? I'm so lost. All right, it's time to show this off again because we have even more cool stuff in here now. Truly is a decontamination chamber. Watch what happens. Door closes. As soon as we're airlocked. Oh, yeah. We get cleansed. Yeah, we've got some wind charges shooting down, a little sound effect that goes off, pressurizes the room and all that kind of stuff. And we are clean, able to come into the silo without bringing any outside contaminants in to the silo. And I absolutely love it. All right, that's working out great. I have to figure out what to put in this space here. I feel like we should have some sort of indicator. Like we don't really have a name for our silo or anything just yet. So I'm gonna have to think about what can go in this space, but I do wanna do something else because if I check my light levels using the mini HUD, it's 0. So mobs can actually spawn anywhere where you see these zeros, which means all the way up to the door, and that would not be good. If it was nighttime out, we'd have mobs the second we walk outside the door, and I really don't want any creepers blowing up all my redstone when I walk outside because actually that was quite a bit. I'm glad that I was able to get it all figured out. Oh, let's do this again. Oh my god, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to get a breeze farm going. Here it comes. Door closing. I love it. I love it. Okay, we're cleansed into the storage room. Perfect. But yeah, I want to light up that stairway. And also, I think we can give it a little more decoration as well, make it look even better. So I think I'm going to tackle that next. And I might see if I can sneak in some more of Etho's frog lights. Okay, it's time for the full reveal finally. I put in some lights here. Let me go. Let me bring the mini HUD back up. You can see there's still a space right in the middle we got to deal with. I think I might just cover this with lichen. I basically just put some frog lights in the corners here, covers this first bit, and then at the bottom here to cover this bit. But yeah, we got a little space in the middle we're going to have to deal with. In fact, I'm kind of wondering... Oh. Hello. Oh, no. Oh, no, more creepers. What the heck? Where are you guys coming from? Stop blowing up my area. Okay, good. At least out here, away from the redstone, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. Hopefully that didn't set it off. We definitely need to light up this area, take down some more trees. Like I said, lots of terraforming is needed. You can see where I brought this out. It doesn't look very natural. And I also brought the path around. And now I got to clean this up. Thank you for that. I was trying to figure out my lighting situation, but I do want to show you what I did put in just to make the entrance have a little more flair. Here we go. Here's the full experience. Oh, yeah. Okay, once those are open, you can see we have full light levels and we're fine. But these are actually going to close once we go in our airlock chamber there, our decontamination room. So can't rely on those, obviously, to keep this mob-proof. And I really don't want to walk out to more creepers. If they explode in here, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be lots of redstone to deal with. Oh, yeah. Of course, anytime we go over this area, it's going to set that off. Oh, love it. And now that that's done, let's go in the decontamination chamber. Get this experience. And... and you hear the audio again, the depressurization of the room. Oh, love it. I absolutely love it. We've got a lot more to go, of course. We've got a lot of cleaning up to do, a lot of little hallways and stuff to really tie things up in here. But I am very happy with the way this turned out. Like I said, there was a lot of redstone noodling that we had to do. And you can see here's the little light system. It's just pushing down this block, and so that light shines through and then back up. Nothing too fancy there. But I think I've had about enough of this space for today. That was a lot of work. I redid the redstone for the lighting system like 3 times because I tried to put something in, like I said, and then we ran into a little bit of a tight squeeze with the redstone here that has to stay. It's part of the system that I need inside the room, and ultimately ended up with this, which is by far the easiest one that I did, the easiest solution, which is good, but just a subtle little thing. And with the added audio, I think it's pretty cool. Gives that vibe that you're actually entering the silo. So you can tell that took a long time because this is completely green now. We've completely oxidized all of our pathway here. And you guys had some great comments last episode that it would be green closer to the areas that people don't walk. So we can leave it that way. And then as it kind of comes out, we'll start to do this vibe, bring this out just a little bit, and maybe not have too much green like all the time. And then right here in the middle, this would be where people walk more. So you would get more of this look. And then we can kind of bring it back down to some green there on the edges where they don't walk as much. And I don't think I'll go fully green too often here on the outer edge, but something like this might actually work out really well. And I want to make sure that we don't keep it like a pattern or anything. It needs to be a bit random, but I like that vibe right there. So even this right here, I should go get some honeycombs and just wax it real quick, which we have a lot now. I've built up the bee farm, all 3 tiers here, all 3 layers of this. I'm still breeding some bees, so I need this here to get in and breed up a few more bees, but they're doing just fine. Uh-oh, this is filling up so fast. In fact, all of our little farms we put in, I just needed a little bit of cactus, a little bit of green dye. So I popped this in real quick, probably gonna make a bigger one. But all of these farms right now are producing so much just by being here and by me being in the area so often that I'm running out of space. Like literally filling up, ooh, I left some good stuff in here. Literally filling up shulker boxes of stuff here. So let's grab some of this real quick because we're gonna need it. That's the whole reason why we built this, was because we needed to re-wax this once we decided what our texturing was going to look like. And we'll do that right here with some of these. Another issue that we need to solve is inside the silo here, it is not super safe. If I go in my mini hut again with my light level checks on, you can see all of these blocks here. Even though they're upside down stairs, they are spawnable surfaces. So we do need to worry about this. And also, I think it would probably be a good idea to have a railing so people don't just fall off, especially since there's lava down there. That could be a really bad day for somebody if they fall down into that lava. I, at first, did not want to do glass because it's not really super fitting for the silo. But now that I've seen glass used in the windows for these farms, I think it will be just fine. So I think I will go ahead and just bring in some glass right now and do this. And then we'll spend some time just kind of like chipping away at this walkway. But I think, yeah, I love this. I think this is the best look right here that we have for this. And something else I want to tackle real soon is these walls. I'm getting really tired of looking at these little patches in these walls. It just makes this whole area kind of look not as good. So I think even though we're going to be coming in and putting in some farms and stuff that the walls will end up getting removed anyway, I think I want to make it look good because that's going to be a while before this is fully filled up with different things. And I don't want to have to stare at this half the season if it takes that long. So yeah, let's shift our focus back to the inside of the silo here. And I at least want to make sure it's spawn proof. I cannot afford to have any creepers wandering around now that I've got all of this redstone happening. That is not something I want to redo. Okay, yeah, I think I like this. It definitely makes me feel more safe that I can't just walk off the edge. And with that being on top of these blocks that were once spawnable, that should stop mobs from spawning. I really hope I'm not wrong about that. We might find out the hard way. We'll see. And I like our decision on this texturing. I'm going to definitely do more of that in between episodes. I spent so much time between the last episode and this one setting all the filters for the storage room. But definitely worth it. I think it sped things up today for me when I needed things to build this all out. And I'm very happy with how this all turned out, especially the pressurization system or the cleansing system in here. I know I'm supposed to go outside right now, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stay inside to experience it one more time. It even bounces us up in the air, which is kind of fun. At first, I tried to put them in the ground, as you saw earlier, but I couldn't get them to explode just near the ground, which is what I wanted. I tried to put some like armor stands, invisible armor stands over to the dispensers, and the wind charges would just go right through it all the way to the ceiling. So I moved them up, and they're actually above those slabs there. So they're completely hidden, and it goes right through and hits the ground, which I think is perfect. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with all the progress we've made today. We have so much more work to do, obviously, and we're going to keep chipping away at it, but things are coming along. Oh, and also, I need to put those books that Corrales gave us to good use. I don't know what I did with them, though. Aha, here they are in this random shulker box in my ender chest. See, we need to get sorted. I want to put these Swift Sneak on my pants because I did that whole episode without it, and I probably could have used it. I had this the whole time, and for some reason, didn't just take 5 seconds to apply my pants. Skiz and Tango have their own books as well. I know that I was going to give them some of those ones that Corrales gave me, but we all went to the ancient city the other night. Tango was needing to get his hands on some wardens, and we were able to get a few more books for them, so I didn't end up needing to give them to him. It was a lot of fun, though. And I don't have enough levels. I could do some trading to get those levels, no problem. And while I do that, I might as well plug my second channel, which is where I put all the stream replays in case you guys missed the actual stream. So in this case, the Friday night stream I was talking about with me, Skiz, and Tango, where we went through an ancient city, looted it, and we took out all the Shriekers to make the place safe, except for one, because Tango's going to catch some wardens for Decked Out 3, which is exciting. And we were able to get a lot of good stuff, and it was a lot of fun. Obviously, ancient cities are terrifying. So if you guys want to catch the video, like I said, it's on my second channel, impulseSV 2. It's the number 2. I'll put a link in the description, and that way you guys can go there, and anytime you miss a stream, if you want to see it in its entirety, you can watch it over there instead of over on Twitch, in case you like YouTube better or you just missed out on the live stream live. They're always there for you. Oh, this is exciting. I get to experience Swift Sneak once again. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels so much better. I honestly don't know how I lived without it for so long. Yeah, we'll just fix up our little incident from earlier. And we might as well experience this one more time. Absolutely love it. It puts a smile on my face. I think that's what matters. But I think I'm going to wrap things up here today. Can't wait to get back and do even more work inside the silo next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that before you go. And with that said, I'll see you guys again next time. Have a good one, everyone.
2, 1.
Hopefully I'm standing in the right place.
Oh, gosh. Alright, it's a little weak.
That was the best launch I've had.
Good.
Woo!
Yeah, that was cool.
That was still launching.